Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. I'm Wendy and I am here to tell you a little bit about Strange World. So I was invited to an early press day for the upcoming Disney animated film, Strange World, and it was held at the Walt Disney Animation Studio, and it was really awesome to be able to step foot inside this building where so many classic movies, Disney movies, are made. So we were able to go into two different presentations with the film's directors and the head of animation, production designer, and head of environment. But before going into the presentation, there was a little photo op area with Splat, and Splat is one of the characters in the upcoming film. It's a blue blob that lives in Strange World. It's mysterious, it's mischievous, and if you went to D23 Expo, there was actually a display there where, Splat is on top of like I guess you can call like kind of the plant life that's in Strange World. I believe it is the same, if not a similar display, but we all got to do a little photo op with Splat right there. And of course, during the presentation, we definitely got to see a lot of Splat, and Splat is going to be such a scene stealer. So obviously we were there for press day, which means the whole day was sort of themed around Strange World. Even the coffee was themed because they were serving a latte, but they called it a splatte. And there was a little, you know how you can make, like with cinnamon or cacao powder, you can make little shapes. So they had a little splat floating on top, sort of like a foam art. Super cute and delicious. So for the presentation, the first one was with producer Ron Connolly, with directors Don Hall and director and writer Qui Wen. They talked about the inspiration for Strange World, and at its core, it's an adventure filled with comedy. It's about a beautiful and complex relationship between fathers and sons, humanity's role within their greater environment, and what it's going to take to save the world. For the cast, it has Jake Gyllenhaal, Dennis Quaid, Jaboukie Young-White, Gabrielle Union, and Lucy Liu. And it's going to center around the Clade family. Searcher, Yeager, and Ethan, which is the three generations, and I personally think their relationship is going to be the heart of this movie. There are also two supportive characters. One I talked about already, Splat, and the other one is Legend. So Splat, like we talked about, a blue blob, his mysterious, his a little mischievous, and Splat doesn't talk. So kind of like the magic carpet that we see in Aladdin, Splat will communicate through tiny little sounds. It like makes sounds, but it's not speech. And it pantomimes. So exactly just like the magic carpet that we see in Aladdin, which I think usually makes a character way more cute and way more lovable than if it could talk. So Splat is sort of our adventurer's ally while they're in Strange World. I don't want to really say guide, but in a way, I guess Splat can be their guide. And Splat, the animation is really cool. The concept art is really cool. Splat can walk. He can walk on, or it can walk on two legs like human, or on four legs, or on six legs. I think it's got like 7 extensions. It can run, and it can also run because it's just a blob. So there's no real like specific head or tail. When it comes to Splat, there's no specific like direction that is the front. So when they run, they can kind of flip to its like vertical straight like a wheel. They can kind of spin like a wheel when they're, need to go into high speed, which is pretty cool. And then we have Legend. Legend is a 3-legged dog. He is the family dog, the Clade family dog. And what's cool is that, and the directors said this, they actually named Legend after the Legend story animator Bernie Mattinson, who has worked on so many films like Lady and the Tramp, The Great Mouse Detective, Big Hero 6, and who really championed for this film, and who actually championed for Legend to be in the movie. So naturally they named the dog after Bernie. It's funny, they were talking about Legend, and they said that Legend kind of has this one emotion, and that's kind of it. And he is super lovable, super loyal, but has like 0 survival instincts, which I find hilarious. So I mean, the whole adventure looks chaotic enough, but you add a blob and a 3-legged dog in there, and it's going to be even more chaotic, and I am here for it. So during the presentation, we were treated to a lot of scenes and concept art from the movie, and it just got me so much more excited for the movie, and I can't wait to meet these characters and see their story unfold. And Strange World is going to have a lot of very unique animation when it comes to the environment of Strange World. So the colors are really vibrant and the life form is nothing we've ever seen before in any animation, I don't think, as far as Disney movies go. Everything in Strange World is alive and it's moving and you think it's this one thing, but there's like everything is literally more than meets the eye, and the sound design is certainly very interesting for the environment of Strange Worlds. There's specific sounds to depending on where our explorers are walking or touching, and it's funny to hear the animators and the production designers talk about when they're in their meetings how to describe a sound, and there's no like words that describes the sounds, so they would actually make sounds, and they're like, can you do that? Can you do, you know, I don't know how to do it, but like, can you make those sounds? And it was really funny to hear about, you know, all of their creative meetings and how to come up with things like movement for these environments and plant lives and sound design. But yeah, everything is super unique. There are bioluminescence, things have tentacles, some of them have very aquatic movements, aquatic inspirations, some things are shaped like whoopee cushions, some things are shaped like sausages. It's gonna be a wild ride. We sat in a presentation with the head of animation, Amy Smead, and Justin Schuyler, and production designer Mardot Isvandi, and head of environment Sean Jenkins, on creating strong characters, on creating the life form. And one of the things they talked about during the presentation is the color palette. It is very unique. While our characters are in Strange World, so while we, the audience, travel with them to Strange World, the color palette's very specific. They actually avoided green, so you're going to see a lot of purple, red, orange, yellow, pink, blue, anything but green. And they wanted to kind of distinctively tell you where the characters are. So the land above Strange World is Avalonia, and Avalonia will have green. The farmland, the life there, it will have a lot of green. Our characters will wear green. So when you do see green, like I think a little bit will be on the characters, but not the life form. So while we're in Strange World, you will not see any green as far as the world goes. After the presentation with the directors and with the animators, this is the coolest thing I've ever gotten to do, I think. One of the coolest things I've ever gotten to do. We were treated to a very short, like a mini recording session in the recording booths where they record all the voices for all the Disney animated movies. Like, this was like moment of a lifetime for me to walk into that recording booth and go, oh my gosh, who's been in front of this very same mic inside this very same room on the same spot. So it was really cool. We had a session director there, and they let us watch a scene, which is a conversation between Searcher and Yeager while they're in Strange World. And after we watched the scene and they kind of explained how voiceover goes, they let us pick a line, because there's a lot of us. So they let us pick a line from that scene, and we could go in and just like kind of try our voice and at voiceover, and it was really cool. There's actually a clip right here that I'm about to show you that Disney sent over from the press day. And also, just to let you know, I didn't try to match the line I picked was spoken by Searcher, voiced by Jake Gyllenhaal. I didn't try to match Jake Gyllenhaal's voice because I just don't think I could, so I just said it in my natural voice. So as you watch the final clip, the reason why it's gonna sound different because it's my voice and I am not trying to imitate Jake Gyllenhaal's voice. So take a look. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys the footage from the recording session just yet. I was notified that we are not allowed to share this part yet, so just keep an eye on the channel and I will release it when I am able to. I really enjoy the experience of press day. I love that we got to see behind the curtain at the upcoming film Strange World. This is going to be a really great movie with really awesome characters, with beautiful scenery, and this is going to be like a super wild adventure. I can't wait. The movie is going to be in theaters November 23rd this year, and also if you want to learn even more about Strange World, you can head over to themoviecouple.com to read more about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.